Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Diego here from Blades on Broad, and welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena. Tonight we are here for the Philadelphia Flyers against the Edmonton Oilers. Real quick before we get into the usual programming and the usual regularly scheduled events, just want to kind of point out that tonight is the Flyers Military Appreciation Night. You can see there from the jerseys that I'm wearing tonight. But so just wanted to give a real quick shout out and a huge thank you to all the veterans that have served and are currently serving for our country. But yeah, so we are here tonight. Everyone got a rally towel, and we'll be showing that a little bit later off here on the show. But first and foremost, a little bit of roster updates. So Tyson Forster should actually be returning to the lineup tonight, which means Matvei Michkov, Trevor Zegras, and Sean Couturier will be on a lineup. And then Dan Vladar slots into the roster tonight, so he will be the starting goalie for us tonight. I'm really looking forward to the matchup. It's always nice to see Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl come to town, even though they're the enemy. They're both very skilled players, but either way, always looking for a Flyers win. Actually trying to snap a 3-game skid at home. So this will be a really nice bounce-back game for us. But I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, overall, just excited to be here. Might have some more friends on the show later on today. We'll see about that. But yeah, overall, looking forward to be here. And yeah. Yeah, so real quick, just want to highlight the rally towel that everyone got coming into Xfinity Mobile tonight. It has a blank spot here, so you can write anyone in. It says, "I salute," and then you can fill it in. They have Sharpies all over the concourse, so there are people filling out these towels with their personal friends or family, whatnot. And then also the Cool Flyers logo, but they hand this out every year, sponsored by Toyota. I'm not sponsored by Toyota, but yeah, overall, pretty cool giveaway. And they also have special apparel, hats, jerseys, that kind of stuff. So I'll get a clip of that a little bit later on. Alrighty, so here we are in this shop here. Here's the military jerseys. They got a good selection here tonight. I think this is Connect Me. Yeah, they have Connect Me, Hathaway, Sealer, which is really cool to see. They don't have Sealer in any of the regular styles, so picking one up of these would be nice, but it's a breakaway. And Couturier, they have the hoodie right there. Looks really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Delorier, Zegras. Actually, this is really nice. This is really nice looking. And then here's some of the apparel over here. I'll do a full walkthrough of the store at some point, but that's for another video. But so here's some of the apparel here. Kind of a really cool t-shirt, bomber jacket, which is really nice actually. Let's see, is there anything over here? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, retired Staff Sergeant Nico Roman, the United States Army Senior Enlisted Advisor, John Wayne Troxel.
Okay, just going to do a quick recap of the period. Just met some friends up on the mezzanine. It's my first time up there this season. Really cool to be able to see them. They're both up there, so we might see them on in the next intermission. But so far, we are looking at a 1-0 Edmonton Oilers lead. They scored with about a minute left in the first period, but Flyers looked pretty good to start for the first 12 minutes or so, and they kind of fell off. Would really like to see them bounce back and have a strong second period for a tough Edmonton team. Passes are a lot cleaner, though, so overall, I think they can do it. They just need to get back into the rhythm and throw more shots on net, because I believe they had only 5 in the first period, which historically, with how they've played in some of the other games, I'm not surprised at that. But there's currently a stat out there where they are currently one of the lowest teams that throws, one of the lowest ranking teams that throws shots on nets. And I'd really like to see that improve overall, because if you're able to get quality shots on net, then you're going to score goals at some point, right? So hopefully you can see them bounce back here in the second period. Oh, there's a shot. There's a shot. Nearly 10 minutes into the second period. shot! Holy what a shot, bro! Wow! Absolutely rifled past Stuart Skinner. There we go. That's how we do it. He's starting to heat up. He's starting to heat up. Alrighty, so I'm here with one of my good friends. This is JP, but if you're from the Flyers Discord, he's known as Micro Logus. Is that how you say it?
Micro Logus.
Micro
Yeah,
Logus.
you can just call me Micro, people.
Micro, JP, but he's a good friend of mine, so he's here. He's a guest on the show tonight. So first off, thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate you coming to the game here and volunteering to be on the show tonight.
Yeah, really honored to be here. First time, long time. Big fan of the pod, so.
Absolutely, and much appreciated. But I got to ask a couple of questions here. What do you think of the game so far?
It's been a real roller coaster. I think, if we talked after the first period, I would say that it was a very classic Flyers kind of period where they got off to a really hot start. They looked great, a lot of good chances, really buzzing, and then they just ran out of gas 8-10 minutes in the period and fell off, took a one shot of goals, and then let his go in.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out.
All right. The second period was almost the mirror of what happened in the first period, where we got really hosed. It was one of the worst periods for the first half or so that I've seen them play in a long time.
Easily agreed, yeah.
And then that goal was just a beautiful little power play goal that got them buzzing again, and I thought they really showed up in the second half of that period.
A power play goal in this economy is kind of crazy considering where we were at last year, but I mean that was a beautiful shot, I think, and you're right above me, so you basically had a great view of it. But
yeah, and it's awesome to see Mishkov get that. Just such a clean snipe too, so it's just a nice goal, nothing greasy or sloppy about it. So really good for him, I think. Good luck for the team to get that power play goal. Absolutely.
So a couple questions standard for everyone that appears on the show. How long have you been a Flyers fan for? Do you have a little history about how you got into the team, or what's the story?
Yeah, I was born into it. My dad and uncle became Flyers fans. They're really classic South Philly guys who grew up in that era when Ed Snyder brought the team there. They were fans from the late 60s, early 70s. I was born into it. One of the first gifts I ever got from my uncle was a Flyers mini stick. So
hell yeah.
Trapped for better and for worse with Philly sports team all the way.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Throughout your time watching the Flyers, is there any kind of favorites that you have from like past or even present, just like maybe all-time favorites or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been blessed to follow the Flyers through some good years and some bad. I was young enough, or I was old enough to remember, the era of Lindros and Leclerc and all those guys. I thought they were all gods as a little kid. It was such a fun time to be a fan as a kid. Then, through that period in the 2010s-ish, and then through the bad times, I was a huge fan of Giroux and Simmons and those guys, so they kept me going through a long period. So, a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a good team overall to follow, and I love the fans. I love the experience of following them.
Absolutely. I mean, the experience is one thing, but kind of going with that, we're going to have you appear later on in the season. There's going to be a whole big event. Yeah, I know you know exactly what it is. I'm going to keep it a surprise for you guys, but I mean, we're going to have a whole bunch of people there. I mean, do you have any words to share about that without kind of giving away what it is? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm so pumped. I think, Diego, you've done a great job bringing people together, so I want to shout you out, but also, there's just so many cool fans to this team, fans that are connected through our Discord, but also just people you meet in the hallway, people in my family. Like, I think, we're a special breed of fans in Philly, and I think the Flyers fans especially have their own unique kind of character that I'm really proud to be connected to. So I'm excited for what's coming. I think it's going to be a real blast.
Absolutely, and like I said, the Discord's where it's at. I mean, if you're in the Discord already, you know it's coming. The date for it's going to be March 29th, 2026. So if you're in the Discord, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're not, join it. We still so you definitely want to check that out. But no, big shout out to JP for appearing tonight. Great guy. Hung out with him a couple of times outside of Flyers games. Really fun. Again, thank you so much for appearing. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, like I said, honored to be here. Big fan. Keep on going strong, and hope to see you at the upcoming secret thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. Whoa, yeah! Whoa, yeah! what just happened was Ladar got hit. Yeah, he's talking now. They talking. Okay, Ladar keeps trolling him, buddy. Look at that. Holy bro. Absolute beauty. 23 seconds left in the game. Deflection. It's a beauty deflection. Sandheim blasting the point. TK deflection. Beats Skinner with 23 seconds left in the game. Wow. So we're looking at the goal now for offsides. I didn't see it.
After review, it was determined that the play was offside. We have no goal.
Man, they did all that, bro. Wow. Yeah, here it is again. Oh yeah, I mean you can't argue with that. You really can't argue with that. Unfortunate is the word for it. 36 seconds left, 1-1 game. So the last clip that I should have was the goal getting called back in overtime, or not overtime, in the third period. And the game went to overtime, and about a minute 30 in, Edmonton scored on an awkward defensive turnover, turned into basically a 2-0 against Dan Vladar. And they beat him clean. So the Flyers fell to the Edmonton Oilers with the final score of 2-1 in overtime. Dan Vladar played a phenomenal game again. No one's really made it official yet, but I honestly think at this point he's our number one. He plays great. Offense kind of came up a little bit short today. Was a goal that was offsides. It was clearly offsides, but definitely would have been one to have back. Tippett was just a little too antsy and just a couple of inches over the blue line. Called the offsides. But yeah, so that's that. That's the game basically. One thing I will say though is, for everyone that comes to games, my big thing is that I never leave before the game's done, no matter what, right? Because there were a lot of people who left the game when the Flyers were winning 2-1 with 20 seconds left. Now, granted, yeah, 20 seconds left. You'd think that they would win then, but if you kind of see the refs kind of gathering together, that's where you kind of just want to stick around. You know, because you really never know what can happen. It can really come down to the final second. I know there's been some past highlights where goals have been scored with literally 0.1 seconds left on the clock. But yeah, even though the result wasn't what it was, the result might not be what you want it to be. That might be a loss, but still, I'm a huge advocate for staying from the first time that the Flyers hit the ice to the final buzzer, whether that's in end of regulation, in overtime, or in the shootout, what have you. But yeah, overall, a pretty fun game today. Huge shout out to JP. Really, really good friend of mine. Like I said, really, really great interview. He gave a lot of great answers, a lot of good questions. Again, all the people from the Flyers Discord, they're awesome. If you want to join, link is down in the description. There you can find some more information on the special event that'll be happening in March. But yeah, overall, just want to also give another final shout out to all the veterans, to those that had served and are currently serving right now. It really is a lot of hard work, and it obviously does not go unappreciated. So big shout out to them. But yeah, overall, fun game. Kind of wish that I didn't absolutely scream my lungs out thinking that we won the game with 20 seconds left, but what can you do about it? But yeah, so overall, that's the video for today. Next one is against the St. Louis Blues. I don't know the date on that, so I apologize for that. And then it will be the Devils after, and then the Penguins. As always, we'll have coverage for that. We'll be looking to start possibly a new, either starting with reels or videos where I do kind of a brief tour of my jersey closet, just to kind of highlight, because I know I've shown a lot on this show of what I have. But yeah, so kind of just want to get that out there and show you all what's going on, kind of some favorite pieces in that collection. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for that. So if you have any suggestions for that, just let me know down in the comments below, and that'd be very much appreciated. But yeah, once more, Flyers lost to the Edmonton Oilers with the final score of 2-1 in overtime. And we will be back here, I believe, next week for Flyers and the Blues. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.